Okay. Tan ninnyu kinkara. Tan ninnyu kinkara. Rage medhayan parvana yugapate. Okay, little change. Tan ninnyu kinkara rage medhyan parvana yugapate. तत्परीता परिश्रांतो बिभ्रत सूर्य यमुनागता तान् निनन्यु किं कराम याज्ञे मेधयान् पर्वणा युगापते तत्परीता परिश्रांतो बिभत्सुर्यमुनागता तान् निनन्यु किंकरा राज्ञे मेधयान् पर्वणा युगापते तत्परीता परिश्रांतो बिभत्सुर्यमुनां गता. Yes. तानिनन्यो किंकरा राज्ञे परिव्या परिशांतो तानिन्यो किंकरा राज्ञे Okay. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Tan them Linenu carried Kimkara servants Ragye to the king Medhayan fit to be offered in sacrifice Parvani special occasion Upagate approaching Trit by thrust Parita overcome Parishranto fatigued Vipratshu Arjun Yamunam to the Yamuna river Agata went. Translation. A crew of servants carried to King Yudhishthir the slain animals fit to be offered in sacrifice on some special occasion. Then, feeling thirsty and tired, Arjun went to the bank of Yamuna. Purport. As Srila Prabhupada often explained, the Kshatriyas or warriors would hunt in the forest for several purposes. To practice their fighting skills, to control the population of ferocious beasts who were a threat to the human beings, and to provide animals for Vedic sacrifices. The killed animals would be given new bodies by the power of sacrifice. Since priests no longer have that power, the sacrifices would now constitute mere killing and are thus forbidden. In the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagvatam, we find that the great sage Narad severely chastised the king Prachini Parishad for abusing this principle of authorized hunting. In fact, the king had become like modern sportsmen who cruelly kill kill animals as a so-called hobby. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhutam Savedetam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namare Gaurtase Namah हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचला निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा I seek the blessings of all the devotees present here so that I can speak for the glorification of Lord and His devotees and purify my heart. So please give your blessings to me. So here we are discussing the marriage pastime of Lord Krishna. So many marriages are going to take place now, one after another. Now Krishna has got 3 wives till now: Rukmani, Jambavati, Satyabhama. Now 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th will come, I think, in this chapter. Krishna marries 5 princes. Yes, 4 to 8, 5 यहाँ पर आने वाले. So very nice things are going on in this chapter. Krishna is coming to meet Pandavas, and Kunti Maharani is offering prayer. Yudhishthir Maharaj is also offering prayer. So in Bhagvatam there are so many prayers, and sometime I remember when I was reading prayers, so it may be going to sleep. So many prayers. We need some activity, more activity. Marriage, 5 marriages are going to take place. Some pastime, some actions, romance, thrill will be. But prayers, it looks like same, but it's not the same. But they're very deep, meaningful. So they're very advanced devotee. Their activity is prayer, remembrance of Krishna in very deep, emotional way. That is also deep activity. But unless we are in that level, it is difficult to appreciate that. We want more in gross act. So Kunti Maharani is telling, and Yudhishthir is telling, and now we will see Yamuna Devi will come in our next verse, Yamuna, and she will also pray prayer again. Little activity in between, hunting activity is going on, and text 15 also it says, Tatra Vidya Chair Vyagran Shukaran Mahishan Run Sharbhan Gavayan Khadgan Harinnan Shasha Shalkan. With his arrow, Arjuna shot tigers, boars, buffalo in the forest, along with rurus, sharabas, gavya, rhinoceros, black deer, rabbits, and porcupines. So And before that, 13 and 14. Once Arjun, the slayer of powerful enemies, donned his armor, mounted his chariot, flying the flag of Hanuman, took up his bow and his two inexhaustible quivers, and went to sport with Lord Krishna in a large forest filled with fierce animals. This incident must have taken place after the burning of Khandav forest, since Arjun was now using the Gandiva bow, okay, another two weapons he had acquired during the incident. So here, purport is Prabhupada is quoting, Kshatriyas are given some license to do hunting so that they can practice their skills. That is one thing. Second, to control the population of ferocious animals in the forest. And third, for sacrifice. And all three are being misused now. It's somewhere written here. Now there was a king, Prachini Barshat. He was unnecessarily killing, hunting hobby, hunting concession. And now because of deforestation, anyway, animals are being killed. But in too many quantity, too much. And there is no fire sacrifice, real fire sacrifice nowadays. So they are just time pass. So these things are forbidden. So it says the king had become a modern sportsman who cruelly kill animals as so-called hobby. So nowadays we see, sometime it's in the media and all, they say there are some sports where animals are being cruelly killed and all. So those things are there. But anyway, there is a different subject of discussion. It could be Kshatriya spirit. I was reading somewhere, something someone sent. In Tamil Nadu, they have this sports where with the bulls they fight. What is that? Jalikuttu, Jalukattum, something. And four people died, I think, fighting with that bull. Shaheed ho gaye. So, what is that competition? I think they have to hold the hump of a bull, like षाढ़, for 10 seconds at least. And that jumping, he will go. At least someone catches for 10 seconds, he will get some winning, some trophy. Just for 10 seconds. It was so much jumping. And उसमें हड्डी टूटा, शरीर गया. That is additional. So much. So I think these people are like Kshatriya spirit people. They want some adventure. So border is protected, so their energy is going somewhere else, country inside. So that is their Kshatriya nature, cannot be stopped. Swabhava. So here we will discuss about prayers of Queen Kunti and many things. So many things can be discussed about this shloka also, about animal hunting, animal sacrifice. Like sometimes if you read in Bhagvatam, many places it is written, the human being, the jiva, has a natural tendency for meat eating and intoxication, illicit sex, some 3-4 things come, I think. But those who want uh, benefit of human life, they should restrain, they should avoid. Like nowadays, if we see, these tendencies are there. Like people want to eat meat, that is there. So many human beings are there. So that was there in the Vedic time, somewhere out of the village, somewhere far in the city. And those who will go, they will go just, no one will come to know. And that was considered very bad. So people also, that was promoted very bad. So people also will feel very guilty and they will do, but somehow It was not promoted in, but now it's in every billboard, it's everywhere, promoted. So the values are changing. Uh, so much nowadays meat eating directly than the billboards. So that is the problem. Similarly, liquor and all that is also, I remember in the childhood when some relatives we saw, it's like somewhere hiding in the house somewhere. Sometime in the childhood you will feel, what is this bottle? क्या है ये? Special लग रहा है. So some smell will come or something. Then someone said, oh, say, sharab hai, darvish. But you know, like it was hidden. And sometimes people will go outside home, they will drink. When they became like bigger guy, then they inside house. And when everyone got spoiled, then it is in the billboard. Again, like so much. And similarly, like prostitution, all that, that was there. Like even we read in Dwarka Leela. But it is just remote somewhere far for some people, those who. But now again, it's main media. Movies, entertainment cannot go without these things nowadays. Open meat eating, intoxication, and legitimate prostitution. So now values are changing, and people are suffering because of that. Because yes, there may be very few people they may want these things, but if you show to everyone, then by default those who can restrain in absence, they will also get exploited. So सबको नरक में. And in the modern world, politician and everyone is thinking, what is the problem? Where is the problem? Let us get 5G, 6G, rocket, and economic development. Where is the problem? Problem is problems are here. No one is. And I was hearing nowadays so much of money comes by the taxes from these things. So much of money by intoxication, meat eating, prostitution, and all those things. Gambling also. And we hear from Krishna Lila the money was coming from cow protection and farming and trading. But nowadays, in modern times, they are not the main source of money. No one considers them. They will give money and just how much tax you put in these four things, more and more tax and more open. And one side, government wants these things to stop, educate children nicely. And the government only giving sanction another side. Okay, start and use that money for educating children, whatever. So it's a like complete contradiction because they are not connected to Guru Parampara. They are not connected to pure devotees like Prabhupada and his followers. Unfortunate situation. So those who are not in real Krishna consciousness, if you talk to them, they're really confused what to do these things. One time they want to help and educate people in good things, and one side they are only like increasing these things to make people more sinful and go to hell. So only hope is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy and teachings. If they come to association of devotees, then people can be saved as we are on the right path by their mercy. So these things are there, but it was there in Vedic culture, but now it is more like too much publicity is there. So, okay. So here in this chapter, Kunti Maharani is praying, and she is telling very nice things. I will just read 2-3 shlokas. Shloka number 7, 8, 9. I think, yes. The Lord then went to see his aunt, Queen Kunti. He bowed down to her, and she embraced him, her eyes moist with great affection. Lord Krishna inquired from her and her daughter-in-law, Draupadi, about their welfare, and they in turn questioned him at length about his relatives in Dwarka. 8. So overcome by the love that her throat choked up and her eyes filled with tears, Queen Kunti remembered the many troubles she and her sons had endured. Thus she addressed Lord Krishna, who appears before his devotee to drive away their distress. 9. Queen Kunti said, "My dear Krishna, our welfare was assured only when you remembered us, your relatives, and gave us your protection by sending my brother to visit us." Akrura? Akrura, no? Yes. Akrura or Vidur? Akrura. Text 10. For you, the well-wishing friend and supreme soul of the universe, there is never any illusion of us and them. Yet even so, residing within the hearts of all, you eradicate the suffering of those who remember you constantly. So, yes, those who remember you constantly, you eradicate their suffering. And for you, there is no illusion of us and them. Okay, us and them. This is a very big illusion. Like Prahlad Maharaj was telling his father, "My dear father, there is no enemy and no friend. It's in mind only. This is my friend, this is my enemy. This is in the mind only." So for Lord also, there is no friend and enemy or us and they. No. Hum hai aur wo alag hai. Same. I was talking to one devotee. He was connected to one of our devotees 10 years back in the coaching industry. Now in Kolkata only again, that boy now is working somewhere. So he came with his father, and I was calling him for the classes. So after many days, he picked up my call. I said, "I thought my 2 hours are wasted. That day you came to me and you are never not responding now." Sometimes many people come for take counseling, but when you call for class, they do not come. So anyway, then I said, "What happened? This, that." So he said something like that, us and them. He said, "Yes, Prabhuji, problem. My father is depressed and into so much of tension because he's adopted son. He's adopted son." I said, "Okay. So how is the situation?" He says, "My grandfather had 6 daughters, and then like, grandfather wanted a son. So in the seventh, he took this his father adopted, and then there was the eighth son, real son. So their total were 8 children, seven from own body, us, and 8 for outside in the family. And till the point father was there, father was equal to everyone, but mother was also strong, and father left the father of that father. There's so many father in this story. So after father left of that father, of this boy's father's father, the grandfather, so then real thing started, and mother, maybe womanly nature and all, she was more inclined to 6 sisters and her own son, eighth one. Seventh one, thoda, not us. He's them or he's other. Okay. So then family, because children, they need lot of love of father and mother, right? And if one is adopted, they should be also given love and care. Otherwise, it gets emotional problem. Not too much, but it can disturb. It really disturbs. If you do not get proper love of parents, then it disturbs. At least one parent should give unconditional love. That is very much required. Otherwise, if we see so many children, if they do not get unconditional love of their parents or someone, at least especially parents, because they can give. So then it causes insecurity, tension, depression, different behavior, like we see. So when we have so many devotees in ashram, sometimes we see some cases like that. It's very difficult because so many things have gone in the early childhood. So that was like in this world, we and they, in family also it happens. And what we speak of this family, but even in the brother blood relationship, this can happen. We are this and they are that, something different. There's a competition. But for Krishna, that is not the way. Krishna is like for everyone. equal. And that is said here, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. I am equal to everyone. I am equal to everyone. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, actually Krishna is Kalpavriksha. Like if you go to a Kalpavriksha desire tree, you ask anything, you get. Right? Anything you ask. But if you do not ask, you don't get. That is also Kalpavriksha. If you desire, then only you will get. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says Krishna is more than Kalpavriksha. Why? Because Kalpavriksha or desire tree does not favor anyone. It just favor whoever comes, he will give. And if no one comes, no one asks, he will not give. That tree will not give. But Krishna gets inclined to his devotee. He gets controlled by devotee. Suppose you ask a Kalpavriksha, give me mango, apple, banana. That will give. But you cannot control Kalpavriksha. But Krishna is controlled by devotees. Like Krishna gets control. That's why that quality of Bhakti Vatsal is there. And in all the pastimes of Krishna, like there are so many contradiction and things. But if we see this quality of Bhakti Vatsal, then so many contradiction can be resolved because of this quality, Bhakti Vatsal. So Krishna is like a desired tree, but more than that. He is Bhakti Vatsal. He can be controlled by the love of devotee. Bhakti Vatsal. Like we see in Vrindavan, gopis, they control Krishna. Yashoda Mai, she controls Krishna. And even cows, they control Krishna. Everyone. Right. So this quality can reconcile all the contradiction. Like there is a pastime in Bhagvatam 9th canto of Ambarish and Durvasa. So when Durvasa Muni came to Vishnu, he said, please protect me. I am remembering you. I am in your shelter. Please give me shelter. Please give me protection. Like Krishna says, those who ask me, I give. But Krishna was indifferent there. He said, I have gone to Brahmaji and Shivji. But please help me. Please give me shelter. Because whoever comes to your shelter, you give him shelter. That is your quality. But Krishna was indifferent. And because not of Durvasa, but because of Ambarish. Because there is a famous shloka, Krishna is telling Lord Vishnu. Because devotees, they remember me only, nothing else. So I am also remembering them only. I cannot do otherwise. And I want to give them something, but they do not ask anything. Prahlad Maharaj is telling, oh my Lord, I am born in demon family. Please do not tempt me. Please do not give me praloban. I am in demon race. I am not merchant. I am just your devotee. And you are my master. That's all I want. So please do not agitate me. Prahlad Maharaj is telling. Pure devotee. So what Krishna then thinks, what can I do for this devotee? Because he's always thinking of me. Always. So I should give my heart to them. So Durvasa is asking, please protect me. Please give me shelter. And Krishna is telling, my heart is not with me. My mind is not with me. That is with my devotee. So how can I help you? So this is not because of Durvasa. Uh, Krishna is like indifferent to Durvasa. Because of Ambarish, his devotion was so high, that Krishna is just completely sold. And because they have given me everything, they are remembering me always. So how can I not think of them? How can I not give them attention? How can I not protect them? Like in this world also, this quality can be seen in transactions and all. If someone is doing so much for you, even if there is some selfish desire, but if they're just trying best genuinely, even if they do little bit or more, but you get impressed. Sincerity, like sometime Prabhupada was asked, so many scholars and things, they were there. So what was their God consciousness? So Prabhupada said their sincerity was their God consciousness, because they may not be knowing Krishna at that time. So that was. So if someone tries sincerely, we get impressed. We get impressed. So here Krishna is getting impressed by the love of his devotee, exclusive dependence. How can I not remember them and give them attention? They are always remembering me. So even a small amount of service he never forgets. Similarly, when Duryodhan was trying to impress Krishna, but Krishna was indifferent. So again, that indifference to Duryodhan was not because of so much of Duryodhan, because of Pandavas are so much remembering Krishna always. So Krishna is always remembering them, especially indifferent. Yes, he was enemy of Pandavas, but Krishna's heart is there with Pandava. And those who favorably remember Pandava, that is also like same. But those are completely different from Pandavas and enemies of Pandavas. How can Krishna remember them? How can Krishna favor them? Krishna is, so Kunti is telling, I am so glad to know you are remembering us. Like when a devotee gets this feeling, कि Krishna remembered me, like suppose now Maharaj is there in Chopati, in GV. He has gone now America. Yesterday he left. So now someone tells you, Maharaj asked you, how is that devotee? Then you will feel how much you will feel so much. So that is Kunti's feeling. Krishna, you remembered us. Just by that, she's overwhelmed. And that happens like we also want to be in the list of great devotees somehow. Like there was a story of Hanumanji and Ramji. You might have heard. You have heard? Diary story. Diary. I don't know how much is authentic, but it conveys the message, deep message. That is the message. The message, it was one time there was Hanumanji was asking Lord Ram, my dear Lord, uh, actually I'm forgetting anyway. Who are you? Another person came. Uh, my Lord, who are your great devotees? Okay. जय श्री श्री निताय गौरांग भगवान की शील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की. So one devotee came and was asking Lord Ram, who are your dear devotees? Right? So then Lord showed some diary. This is the list. Who are the people who remember you the most? So he gave the list, and that he said, these are the devotees who remember me the most. And then Hanumanji was seeing the list, and Hanumanji's name was not there. So he said, I am always remembering you, but my name is not there. So then he got another diary. He said, this is the list to whom I remember the most. Meaning that Hanumanji was first. So when Hanumanji got ecstasy after hearing that completely, Jai Shri Ram, and so many things after that. So that is the way Kunti is telling. I am so happy you remembered me. I am so overwhelmed. And because when we remember you, all our suffering go away. And you remember, that is like icing on the cake. So in this remembrance, like how Lord gives his heart to devotee, he becomes Bhakti Vatsal completely. So he is a desire fulfilling tree, but he is also subordinate to devotees and fulfills their desire, right? And he never forgets even a small thing what devotees have done. That is a grateful heart of Krishna. If we see the qualities of Krishna, if we read more or hear more, somehow we get slowly attracted, because Krishna is very grateful person, very sensitive person, and very caring person about his devotee. So that attract us, because sometimes other qualities, like in this world also, people are rich and beautiful, influential. That is not so much attracting. But someone loves us, care for us, that is more attention taking from our side. Right. So Krishna remembers, and devotee gets overwhelmed by that. So Ambarish was remembering Krishna in that way. And you know, when you see Ambrish Maharaj example, Prahlad Maharaj example, when there was a difficulty, they never tried, oh, Krishna, please save me. Jhamla, kuch ho gaya jhamela. What they did? They just remembered Krishna naturally. So then it becomes more obligation to Krishna. Oh, they are not asking me to protect also. Like suppose, like my life, if I see, if some danger is there, it's very difficult to remember Krishna. We can remember, I can remember Krishna. Maybe then Krishna, please help me. Krishna, please protect me. Danger, and that is could be pure devotional service, as the Rup Goswami says, Anya Vilashita, to protect our body. Right, but there is still some our please protect me. That is as if Krishna does not know. Krishna, I know better than Krishna. But Ambrish Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, they are not asking Krishna that. So then Krishna gets more mobilized to protect them. Oh, they're just remembering me. Ambrish was not doing get the army, let us fight. Prahlad was not doing. Prahlad के पास तो था भी नहीं. So Ambrish could have done something. But they never tried for that. They just remembered Krishna naturally. So Krishna becomes more mobilized. And Krishna says, what to speak of my devotee? I remember them also, those who remember my devotee. I get obliged to them also. So here the beautiful like qualities of Krishna mentioned by Kunti and Yudhishthir. So that these things are very heart touching, heart soothing. Like when we remember Krishna is remembering his devotee, how much like Krishna is caring, loving. Somehow it comes little bit in the mind. After that it goes away. But if we can remember these qualities of Krishna, we become more absorbed in Krishna consciousness. And Krishna never forgets the services done by devotees. So, like, there was a story, uh, like, I remember devotees of my devotee. When Prabhupada was there in Juhu and the construction was going on, there was a very difficult time. And that time there was a devotee or life member coming to ISKCON, there was Mr. Sethi. So he was very much attached to Prabhupada. I don't know he was chanting or not, but he was very attached to Prabhupada. That is the good quality. Sadhu, you know, moksha dwara. You are attached to sadhu. And he can do anything. That was his like mode. He could do anything for Krishna and Prabhupada, especially for Prabhupada. By seeing Prabhupada, he got conviction. Yes, this is real sadhu. This is devotee. And when there was a difficulty, so many gundas and all they came to destroy and demolish. So he was a like Kshatriya type devotee. So he had a gun. He took the gun and he came before them. I don't know how many were there. Many were there. And he said, I have this gun and I have this, you know, that bullet belt. Not black belt, bullet belt, something. And these many goli, these many people will go. You decide who will come. I will take care. किसको आगे आना है. And then that was conviction of that. And people understood he is ready to die. So if person is ready to die, then more danger. If person in the safe mode, I want to protect, then people know. But if person is ready to die, then he's a mad person. And 10-15 को तो ले जाएगा. So everyone went away. Nobody came in front afterwards. Prabhupada was very happy by his service. Very happy. But listening also we are so happy. So how much it will be happy state for Prabhupada. So then Prabhupada was so much helpful. Afterwards, sometime he could not walk because of something, some problem. He was on a wheelchair. And they were taking him to doctor in London somewhere. And Prabhupada was so compassionate, loving to this person because of, he has done so much of service. Maybe he might have done service for 1 month, 2 months in ISKCON, whatever. Just but the amount, the way he has done, he has become so dear to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada also showed compassion. He said, why are you going to doctor? What will happen there? No, we are going because I cannot walk and this. Prabhupada said, no, you can walk. And he had so much faith on Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, you can walk, it's so easy. There's no disease in your body. Just stand up and walk. And no one was believing there. Why he's there in the chair from so many days? How can he walk? But Prabhupada said, no, no, there's no disease. You just get up and walk. And somehow he had faith on Prabhupada's words. Faith is a very big thing. Like that's we say na. Pangum langayate. And if we access the power of faith, that is like we can transcend this world. Like Jesus Christ also said. Jesus Christ, what he says? If we have mustard seed like faith, then we can cross the mountain, move the mountain. So Prabhupada said, yes, get up, you will walk. And he got up and he started walking. So that was a miracle for everyone. So he had that much of faith. Then afterwards, Prabhupada left and his son was there in Minto Park temple some years back. And I think this Mr. Sethi left in 90s, 95. He also left the body. But also miracles, one miracle happened at the last days also. When he was about to die, 3-4 days before, he was telling, please pack my luggage. Please pack my luggage. Swamiji is coming. I have to go. I have to go with Swamiji. That was. Sometime when people are about to die, they are very fearful. They say, please hide me. Please protect me. Some very ghastly, cruel being are coming to take me. So, but here it was, he was seeing Vishnu Dutas, Prabhupada. So then, that's a very amazing thing. Prabhupada remembered him and he back to God. And if he's seeing Prabhupada, then what is the problem? So the point is that Krishna remembers his devotee and he remembers devotee of his devotee. And Kunti is remembering that. You remembered us. I'm so grateful for that. And by remembering you, all our suffering goes away. And Krishna is mobilized. And Krishna sees these devotees not asking for material things. So am more mobilized to protect them. Like if a mother has many children, and if elder children, they can protect themselves, so they are not much cared by mother and father. They are cared little bit. But those who are completely dependent, they are given more attention because they cannot protect, they cannot care themselves. उसको खाना भी खिलाना पड़ता है. So that is. So if sometimes we see if these qualities are there in parents or people, those who love us, that how much this quality will be in Krishna, because everything is coming from Krishna. So if by seeing our parents also, we can remember the quality of Krishna. By seeing the good quality in someone, we can remember this is just a particle of Krishna's good quality. So how much Krishna is loving us. And then we have to count the blessings. Because material nature is like that, we forget the blessings of Krishna. Then if we see, oh, how much Krishna is, our food, our water, our sunlight, so many devotee friends, caring devotees. So then we become grateful to Krishna. And we are not doing job also. So everything is coming still. That is more positive way. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying Krishna is a desired tree, but he is Bhakti Vatsal. He gets controlled by the love of devotees. And even if we see in Kapil Dev Shiksha, he is telling to his mother in the third canto, chapter number 25, where he tells the qualities of sadhu. There only he says the same thing. This is the glories of Bhakti Yoga, Canto 3 and Shloka text chapter number 25, text 21 onwards. So he's telling his mother, I will tell you all the yogas. I will tell you Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtang Yoga. I will tell you everything. And but ultimately he tells more about Bhakti Yoga. But Gyan Yoga also, like Sankhya Yoga especially there. So first he's telling you should associate with sadhu. That is very famous slogan. Titikchava karunika sruhida sarvadehinam ajata shatrava shanta sadhava sadhu bhushana. Titikchava karunika. So but these are the secondary qualities of sadhu. Primary qualities, this next sloka he says. Mai ananyena bhavena bhakti kurvanti ye drinam matkrite tyakta karmanas tyakta sojana bandhava This is my Ananya Bhakti. Such a sadhu engages in staunch devotional service to Lord without deviation. For the sake of Lord, he renounces all other connections, such as family relationships and friendly acquaintance with the world. But what I was focusing, this is 23 and 24. Madashraya katha mrishta shrivanti kathayanti cha tapanti vividastapa netang mad gatachetasa. This he says, like tapanti vividastapa, like Kunti is telling, because we remember you, our suffering goes away. The same way. Madashraya katha mrishta shrivanti kathayanti cha. जो मेरी सुनते हैं कथा, तपंती विविधस्तापा, हाँ, नेतम मद गता चेतसा. Engage constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The sadhus do not suffer from material miseries because they always filled with the thoughts of my pastime and activities. So, if we fill our heart with more Krishna conscious substance, then obviously we can transcend. We cannot say it will go, but we can transcend the miseries. And it's there. Prabhupada is telling. The first thing Prabhupada says here, ki devotees at least they know they are not this body. That some suffering is reduced. To some extent, suffering is reduced because bodily consciousness makes us more mad. And then obviously when a higher thing we understand we are servant of Krishna, even higher, then more away from suffering, the effect of suffering. That's why Kapil Dev is telling his mother, Ta ete sadhava sadhvi sarva sangha vivarjita Sangashteshu prarthya Sangadosha hara hite. Sangadosha. If you take association of that devotee, those devotees' mother, Sangadosha hara, they will remove your material, associations, bad effect. So you take association of that devotee. I was thinking how it happens, but Chaitanya Charan was giving very practical example. Uh, like in this world, if he was telling one point, we should have in our Krishna consciousness a purpose and an urgency. Purpose and urgency. And we are practicing Krishna consciousness, but if we lack a purpose and urgency, then there's a chance we can get into Maya different way. So he says, suppose a person is going for some urgent work somewhere. So he has some purpose, some urgency, urgently. Like suppose we have to go to Minto Park, some urgent thing. Maharaj has come or something, like some great devotee to take darshan. So then we will not mind, we will go by auto or bus or car or whatever. Because we have to reach there. But now we don't have purpose. Someone says, go to Minto Park. Prabhuji, can I go in car? Can I go in bus? Like many things can be there. Prabhuji, it takes lot of time and this and that. But because purpose and urgency is not there, oh, and if we are going just mind is free, oh, there was so much dirt in the Salt Lake and something was happening and this and that. Why government is not doing so much? And then our mind goes because mind is not having purpose and urgency. The mind will take care of notice of everything. But when we have purpose and urgency, even if you go from Salt Lake or if you go from hell, you have, oh, I have to meet Maharaj of Meghalaya. You will not mind to go from hell also, like in between somewhere. Anyway, it's not hell, but we will not mind it. So similarly, when devotee has a purpose and urgency in his life, some seva which he can do nicely with that purpose, that is my seva by authority or some after some years we understand, and with urgency also doing properly, then we can transcend suffering. We do not mind so much suffering. We do not not mind. We do not think of suffering so much because already mind is hooked somewhere. Similarly, when we are hearing about Krishna more and with purpose and urgency, then that is the material side from our side. But also there is a one superior help. Krishna helps also. Like Krishna says, I clear the heart of my devotee from all misgivings. Right. So both are for Jnani and Yogi and for other people, their endeavor is only there. But for devotee, additional help is also there from Krishna. Krishna gives from top also. So Chaitanya Chandra was telling that point. So I was just remembering. So you can pray to Kunti Maharani and Pandavas, and now Yamuna Devi will also come. She will also pray nicely about Krishna's quality. So yes, some more things are there. Let me see. Hmm. Anyway, so this thing came to thought. I heard the lecture of Niranjan Maharaj, so that was very nicely remembrance. So it was very nice. Some points were there, but now time is not there. So that is there. Okay. Srimad Bhagvatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah.